Hi, this is D Hop, and today I'm going to talk to you about what exactly is Saitama's power. And when we think about Saitama's power, um, it's usually um, immeasurable speed, immeasurable strength, um, immeasurable senses, basically the extremes of basic human capabilities, physical capabilities, and that's what we look at as power. And he's so powerful he can destroy almost anything if he really wants to in one punch. But maybe there's more to it because we see Saitama. Um, he has enhanced physical abilities, but it looks like there's not really a necessary measure or limit to it, as I just said. And also, if similarly, if he really wants to, he has the power to wipe out everything in one punch. For example, Boros. A lot of people said that technically he's not the One Punch Man anymore because he didn't defeat Boros in one punch. But however, the serious punch, if he would have did that right off the bat, Boros would have been done. The only reason why Boros, okay, going back when he did, matter of fact, when he did the consecutive normal punches on Boros instantly regenerated. But that was when Boros like went like Super Saiyan stuff like that. So that's a higher level. But right off the bat, if he would have did that, I don't think Boros would have been able to come back from that. So and basically Boros still would have been defeated by one punch if Saitama really wanted to. Of course, Saitama can't measure his opponent's power, so that's why when he punched him the first time, Boris was able to come back from it. But he did destroy his armor, which was show you how strong Saitama is. Another thing I would bring up to you a little bit is a spoilers for people who don't know about the webcomic, who don't read the webcomic, so beware. The fight between Saitama and Garu. Saitama also could have defeated Garu in one punch. When he did the serious headbutt, and he just destroyed Garu. I was like, oh crap. And I guess I'm assuming, yeah, the headbutt's more powerful because that's more of your body weight into the attack other than a punch. So again, that's another enemy that he could defeat in one blow. But my point is that um Saitama Saitama's power, like, even though we know a lot of information where it comes from, it's still a mystery about what exactly his power is. And I'm going to go to other characters such as Garu, about the what exactly are the true nature behind the powers of these super of the most of the top tier guys in One Punch Man. Now Garu, he was always to be a bully when he was a kid, and it was a whole thing where the the the, the, the kids who were like um look up to as the good guys, the heroes, used to bully him. And when they used to play, he always has to used to be the villain, and they always used to be a hero, but they the ones bullying him, and they use him as like a use him as an example to show what it means to be a hero, or the standards of society of between hero and villain. And that mess with his psyche over time. And he used to watch the TV shows when he was younger, and he used to root for the villain because he thought the villain had their own goals and plans, and but the hero always wins and make it seem like it basically was biased towards the hero, and that was his desire, his motive, whatever motivation, to go against a certain status quo, which later would envelop him when he which was later envelop when he went to defeat when he went to fight the heroes on his hero hunt, and slowly he started to become a monster and eventually got the power he wanted. And his powers is basically seeing things as Saitama enhanced physical abilities, just except for the fact that he actually has skill and Saitama doesn't. But thinking about the power of Garu is his whole mindset is become the ultimate villain. He wanted to prove the whole idea of hero was wrong. He wanted the villain to win. He wanted the villain. He wanted basically show a different side to the whole thing of heroes versus villains. And that was his purpose. That was his desire. His mindset of his mindset of that whole his search for his power. And see, as specifically, he gets more powerful towards. He gets more. Yeah, every opponent he defeats, he becomes more powerful. But more towards when he defeats heroes, that's what his goal is. That's where his power is directed. And later on, when he fights Saitama, he couldn't defeat him at first. So he was like, "Well, I need to sacrifice." So he ended up sacrificing, which is skill, technique, um, speed, power. What is it? And eventually, he sacrificed his skill and technique, which I would assume that would be his like personal humanity, in order to get that speed and power, which actually didn't help because as he started to give up more of his humanity and more of himself, become a stronger monster, his skill went down, which actually made him weaker, according to what Saitama said. So that's that for Garo. Now let's talk about specifically Saitama. Saitama's goal was to become a strong hero. When we see him face the crab man, he wanted to become. He he said that I was just look at the TV shows when I was a kid, root for the hero. I always wanted to defeat scum like you with one punch. His whole mindset was towards defeating the villain with one punch, being strong, basically being a strong hero. And we see that first manifested when he wrapped his tire around the crab man's eye and took it out, pulled all his guts out and stuff like that. That was a one hit kill. That was a one technically defeating his villain one punch. And we see that slowly manifest over time until he became the One Punch Man. But and we see that his power is supposed to enhance physical abilities, but actually it seems that like he has a limited potential, and in the sense that his mindset, his goal is never give up. He wants to defeat every his opponent in one punch, and because of that, seems like his power, his actual superpower is not enhanced physical abilities. It's like the like a something special for Saitama, whereas his whatever he comes across, he always will win, and and then whatever if an enemy is comes stronger than him, he will automatically adapt to it to reach a level where it would knock him out with one punch. So basically, his power the power of Saitama is actually almost like a manifestation of his wish. Like I know more so like his power. Like Saitama thought he achieved his goal, but maybe his his he's never actually stops trying to become the One Punch Man or trying to become strong. He's never stopped achieving his goal. His power himself is like the manifestation of that will or mindset, that spirit, that whole idea. Um, for instance, we see. Let's talk about not. Let's not talk about defeating one punch. Let's talk about defense. We see that when the opponents attack Saitama, he usually lets them attack first. However, they have no effect on him, like no negative effect. We see that with the Carnage Kabuto, where he released on Saitama. Saitama didn't feel anything, and then he just one punch, and that was it. We see this with the Sea King when he hit him with a right hook, and Saitama just bobblehead was like he got pissed, and then bam, one punch, and that was it. And later on, a better example is Boros. Boros just unleashed on Saitama, and Saitama didn't feel anything. Like he sent Saitama to the moon, and Saitama was like, okay. And now this thing. So in order to try to make my point, I'm gonna go to the episode after this. Here, what was it after? It was the same episode when he defeated Sea King, and he got all those letters back. And then we see all those letters for Saitama was all negative letters, like you suck, you're a piece of crap, you're a fraud, all that stuff, trolling basically. And we see Genos gets upset, but Saitama just stands and look at it like, it's okay. people need a hobby. And we see just throughout the series that Saitama, it's not just Saitama's physical body has changed, his his mind and his emotions changed as well, as he doesn't get affected by anything negative anymore, whether it's something physically, mentally, or emotionally. And I think that's actually part of Saitama's power. So basically, Saitama's power is not necessarily enhancement of physical strength to a godlike level. It's like a transformation of, and a metamorphosis of his entire being. Whereas his will to not give up, not let anything negative affect him towards goal and become strong. That's exactly what his power is, and that's why like when he gets attacked physically, it doesn't affect him. And when he goes to situations where he faces, like the mob mentality. Remember the episode with Tank Top? I think it was, yeah, the Tank Top brothers. They tried to do the mob mentality, and Saitama, you see Saitama wasn't really affected about it. I mean, he did. Eventually, he got pissed. He was like, "Yeah, I don't do this. I do this for me, not for you." But we see that when it's constantly do it towards him, he was just standing like this. And a normal person would go through that wouldn't be able to handle that stress to that degree. And when I mean, an example from Mob Psycho 100. I forgot the dude's name. But the linguist dude, when Ritsu and the other dude from student council sent him up in the classroom. I forgot the situation, but they sent him up in the classroom, and everybody was like, hentai, hentai, pervert, pervert. I can see here he was going through the emotions, but he's just a human. He can't handle that stress. But and when punishment when Satama went through that, he didn't go through that. I mean, he eventually he burst open and got angry, but he's Satama. So that's another example. Um, so we talk about Satama's power. It's basically not necessarily a physical transformation, more so a mental transformation, and it's basically his mind over matter, a thing where his whole the Satama's like what do you call it, a way of life or his discipline, whatever. This whole like not I don't want to say religion, but I'm gonna say that his discipline, his whole mindset throughout that training of becoming a hero, basically like manifested as his power. Basically, overcoming emotional challenges, physical challenges, never giving up, and end up always defeating his opponent with one punch. And that's basically became exactly what he is. What was in his mind, his thoughts became what became a reality. And that was his power. That's his power. Um, if you and more spoilers. Another thing is if you read the web comments, when Tatsumaki came in and she was trying to get Fubuki away from the people, whatever. When Saitama and Fubuki was trying to see what's her name again, the psychic chick, chick with the third eye, something like that, or the Monster Association. Tatsumaki came in and it was a whole thing between the sisters, and Saitama was trying to stop them, and Tatsumaki trying to move Saitama. She made his muscle twitch, but however she couldn't move him, and according to Fubuki, it's because Saitama's will was so strong, and it was like when like black sperm and Garu, because she couldn't do it too, because Tatsumaki said that she couldn't do it too to them, and Fubuki said that everybody has to cheat and aura, a life force around them, and Saitama's will is so god darn thick, and it's that will of not giving up and not letting it affect them and keep on going, keep on stronger with no limits, and to become a strong hero that Saitama was developed, that Saitama had his mindset on, eventually envelop him as an actual power. Like the will. You know what I'm saying? You trying to understand what I'm saying, right?